Okay, so there is not one day that I am not doing something or digging up my garden or doing something crazy. But here I am. I want to show you that I have successfully seeded a papaya tree. And I see the papaya seed in the same pot as I planted my irises. Actually, I just dumped the seed into the iris pot, and miraculously it actually grew in the pot with the irises. So as I dug up the irises, I dug up a um, tiny baby papaya tree, and so I'm going to plant it right there. But these are what I call healthy rhizomes that I dug out for Sherry. Oh, here's another baby papaya tree. I don't know if you could see it, but right there. So I hate to kill things. I'm just gonna stick it in the soil here. Hopefully it's alive. Oh, here's another one. Another baby papaya tree. I have so much plants, I don't know what to do with them. And here are some of the perline, I think. Was the seed were given to me by someone. She mailed them to me, and to be honest with you, all I did was I just dumped the seed into the pot um, along with other stuff, and if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. I just want to show you this because irises is amazing. Like I should not dig this up um, because I regret digging this up. Number one, they are not, I did not dry them out. Number two, they were in a little pot. They were supposed to be, anyway, I should not dig them out, but we all make mistakes, and I did dig them out. So whether or not I choose to send this one, it's gonna be hard. So you can see there's one mother rhizome. You can see there's an offspring of the rhizome here, and there's another offspring. As you can see there, on this one rhizome, there's three different plants coming from one rhizome, one iris rhizome. And because they were in the pot full of nutrients, the baby and the mother, I should not say mother rhizomes, because she has yet to bloom. And the two offspring, they are basically literally growing together. So when you get a rhizome, and this is the mistakes, well, not a mistakes, I intentionally dig this up to mail away, but I should not, because I'm ending up damaging the rhizomes and the plant. Let me show you. I saw it a while ago. So this one here, this one is a smaller rhizomes, and it was attached to another rhizome, another bigger rhizome that I dug up and broke apart because I was just counting on the fact that it has 5 leaves. Well, this one here, I should not break it off because I dug it up to mail it away to Sherry because it looks very healthy, happy, and whatever. Well, the matter of fact is it does have an increase here and here, but then I broke it off from the main rhizome, and then right here it has another increase. So yes, it's a beautiful iris. It's a beautiful, what you call it, rhizomes. But it is not, I should not dig it up because I end up killing the, I probably did not kill, but it's actually just broke off from its mother's rhizomes here, which is not a good idea. At the end of September, that's when it's the end of digging season for irises. But these particular irises, I was growing them in a pot to keep them nurtured. So here's the broke off of another baby baby iris. I dug this up because it's healthy. It has 5 leaves, and I know it's gonna flower next year, and it has a few increases. So you see it has an increase here. It has an increase that it broke off here, and it's a strong rhizome. So because I grew them in the pot, I touch it to make sure that it has life and it has good increases. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that if the irises is not prepared to be dug up, it might not be very happy when you dig them up, because at the end of the day it's trying to produce baby. This one has a offspring here on the side, and this one is actually have 5 leaves, green, healthy, very nice looking ones. Basically these are good rhizomes. They just should not be dug up at this time. I apologized to them, but I gotta dig them out because I gotta give good rhizome to Sherry so she can have flowers next year. But basically that's the story of my life. If I don't dig up my garden, that's not my no one should call me Kim. Okay, this one is the one that I grow on the ground. It's Gigantor. I have this irises for 3 years now. It has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 leaves. This is very, very good. I think I may have bought this from Mid-America, and it did not bloom for me this year. I dug this up to move it to a different area because I wanted to flower. I wanted to see what flower it is. It didn't have any increases. I think I must have I planted aside my house, and I think it did not have enough sunlight. Remember, iris does need about 6 to 8 hours of sun in order for it to grow healthy and to bloom. It can grow healthy for you, but it will not bloom for you if it does not have enough sunlight. So that's the fidgety part about growing irises. Because I don't have any offsprings of this particular iris, because I think I bought it last year, I am not mailing you this, Sherry. So, sorry, but I'm trying to figure it out what it is I'm trying to figure out what's the name of this iris and when it gets increases, because I remember I bought a few and some it did not bloom, but this particular one I got it from Mid-America, and I baby it. I gave it a lot of nutrients and a lot of soil. Same go for this one too as well. It doesn't look like it wants to have any increase. It's just fan out, and it has a lot of vegetations, but it did not flower for me this year. So it likes where it was, but it didn't have enough sunlight for it to flower. So when you grow your irises, make sure they have 6 to 8 hours of sun. If you grow it aside your house, that's fine. Make sure that it's facing the sunlight where it have at least 6 to 8 hours, because I grew this newer iris away aside the house. I did give it, so I use chicken manure. I use topsoil mixed with chicken manures and Miracle-Gro, the one that give them nutrients, and they absolutely love it. For the chicken manure, I do age it for 6 months before I put them into the ground where my flowers and everything are. That will actually give them a lot of it will keep the rhizomes happy and big. These are example of gigantic rhizomes, which I only because soil and everything is a little bit expensive in my book, I only kind of like nurture the plants that I newly bought, so I can make sure that they flowers and I get the correct order, because sometimes I do get some flowers that bloom and I was like, I don't remember ordering this, but I am only sharing Sherry, and I only share to the group what I have plenty of, which means that all my flowers that already have offspring. So like I have About Town here, these are new and they are very, very tiny. I have Secret Delight over there that's growing. I have Heart of Hearts. I have a whole abundance of irises, and I can only share with you the one that I have offspring, because if you bought it from, let's say, Mid-America, or if you bought it from Shriner, they cost about $15. Cheapest I saw was $18, sometimes $5. I tend to buy qualities instead of quantities. So the qualities is that you get the bigger rhizomes. The quantities one that you get from different sellers on the group or whatnot, they are tiny. And so with that being said, I do have tiny ones that I can share, which I will be mailing these out too as well. I'm not gonna mail these tiny ones like this, of course, so I will be sending out like something like this, but this is directly from my garden. These are from the place where I don't have so I have a massive garden, and I don't have how should I say it, the time to go and fertilize all of these rhizomes all at once. And also I'm just trying to make sure that I got the right rhizomes from the seller that I purchased them from. Majority of the time I buy my rhizomes from Shriners, from Mid-America, from I think Mariposa has a grower too, and then I joined the Iris Society to get quality rhizomes, but not every rhizome, not every iris grow gigantic like the one that I have here. These here have a lot of nutrients. These here cost a lot of time and a lot of effort to grow. These little guys here that I dug up 2 weeks ago, these ones, they are producing flowers and they're good, but they're tiny because I don't put enough nutrients in the soil for them. And they have offspring and they will grow for you, but they're just not, they don't look as healthy as the one that I have nurtures. And these are the one that grows directly in the pot that I had, and these are the one that are pretty much in good soil, so I know that they will actually produce flowers next year, and if you take care of them, they're gonna grow and give you flowers just fine. But aside from that, I think I have, this one is Irresistible Charm. right here, and this one is one of my old iris that I have, which it's in this bag here. This bag, it's tiny, but I knew that I did not produce or give them enough nutrients or soil, good soil, because it does take a lot of time to produce the soil for them and a lot of time to just scatter the soil around. So basically some of them are neglected, and the one that I'm basically sent out, or some of my patches of irises that I don't have time to invest in, which means that I don't have time to put soil and Miracle-Gro and all of the stuff in for them. And then I have here Boundless Beauty that I purchased and bought to grow in the yard. Hopefully they can multiply and I can have some to share next year. But as you could see, I have so much, and when you have so much, you number one, it costs a lot to keep up with them. Number two, you're gonna run out of space, and that's what's happening to me right now. I am basically running out of space, and I'm even growing some. This is Reckless. What's this? Reckless Abandoned. Oops, this is broken. This is Reckless Abandoned. It was in a in someone else's yard. I dug them up and I bought them here, and I put them in a pot here. Hopefully they'll grow. But aside from that, I have Perlango growing like mad. I have other stuff that's growing on the sideline here. I have tiny little irises that's trying to survive. Sometime if I was given irises from someone else and don't like, oops, hello. Sometimes I get like small rhizomes, irises that were sent to me as a gift or as a trade, and I don't like the iris. I might not like the name of the iris. I might not like what it looked like. I just put it directly in the soil like this, and if it grows, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. Not to say I don't appreciate the time and the effort that the person sent them to me. It's just the fact that when you have a lot of something, it can be burdensome to you because you don't have the energy to take care of them all. So that's the honest truth. And like this one here, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if this is Daniel's trying to so if Daniel's trying to grow it or not. But so basically that's what I do. Just lightly put soil on top of the rhizome like so, and you'll be good to grow, to make sure that it grows. But weeds are taking over, and gardening is a lot of work, but it's also a sense of therapy too, to take your mind off of things and relieve you from feeling too overwhelmed and stressed. Along with the package that the flowers, ooh, what's this? This is a Brazilian art. I don't know. I think this one, I don't know. It broke off. Along with the rhizomes and the package that you will be getting from me, I am going to give you some cuttings of what is this? Gardenia, geraniums, not gardenia. Gardenia doesn't grow in by cutting. I will send along with geraniums and some of the ice plant flowers. The ice plant's flowers are ground covered flowers, and they need at least 8 hours of sunlight. So this means that you can plant the iris along with the cuttings of the ice plant. The ice plants come pink, yellow, red, all sorts of colors, but because they are not in bloom at the moment, I do not know what color it is. I'm just gonna cut a few and put it into the bag for you, so when you get it, you can put them in a hanging pot. The ice plant will like to, they will hang down for you, and it's very pretty, very, very pretty. And then the geraniums are mosquito repellent, which means that if you have mosquitoes, let's say that you have a pond or you can grow it near your windows and door, that will keep the mosquitoes out of the house. Mosquito does not like the geraniums scent. This is a geraniums right here. When you get it, you just stick it directly into the soil. Nothing special needed for them. The flowers look like this. This is a geraniums. That is a geranium, and that's what it looks like. It's basically for me, I call it natural, natural. We had a heat wave, and so my cherimoya plant is on the ground, is not doing too great, but the other one's on the ground is doing perfect. So the geraniums, they are very hardy, so just stick them straight in the soil. Same at the ice plant, and you can grow the ice plant along with your irises, because for me, I like to grow multiple flowers. That's when one doesn't bloom, the other one blooms, and the geraniums blooms year round. The irises blooms towards the spring. The ice plants, if you get lucky, you still get blooms to now. Like, I get 1 or 2 blooms right now, and my geraniums are still in bloom. So I basically, yeah, it's incredible. That's the reason why I grew multiple flowers, so that way something is always blooming for me. Otherwise, I'll probably go crazy looking at all this vegetational greens here. But that's my take on my garden. If you have any questions, let me know. It is like a mad woman's garden, but I am trying my best to keep things alive and survive. And honestly, with how things are now, the best thing to say is, as long as you're happy and you're surviving, you're doing great. Do you have any questions, concern, anything that I say that pisses that made you mad or hurt your feelings? Let me know. To anything. I had put these here for to get my plants ready for the what you call it, the not so warm weather. And I had a gentleman came message me and said, "You're doing it all wrong. You're gonna burn out your plant." And he is right, because I am doing it a little bit early, and as you can see here, it did burn out the stem of my cherimoya. Because my cherimoya is still a tiny plant, I should have just keep it in a pot and take it into the garage or into the home. However, I didn't. I tried to plant it, so I did it wrong. Anyway, it is what it is.